Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to tackle a decision that, let's be honest, can feel pretty high stakes, whether it's for your business or just your personal life. It's a debate that really gets people talking.
So, iPhone or Android, right? It seems like the crucial question, the one choice that matters most. But what if I told you that's actually the wrong question to be asking from the very start?
You know how we usually see it? Apple is all about that premium ecosystem, but it's going to cost you. Android offers flexibility, and it's often easier on the wallet. But, as expert Chantel Montalo points out in the source for this explainer, the true costs are kind of hidden. With Apple, yeah, you pay up front with cash. But with Android, you often end up paying with your time, sitting through ads or trying to figure out a more complicated system. But even that isn't getting to the heart of the matter.
To really get what's going on here, we need to look at this powerful analogy from Chantel Montalo that just completely reframes the whole decision. It's an idea that shifts our focus from the shiny new object back to the person who's actually using it.
And this just nails it, doesn't it? Owning an incredibly powerful tool is completely meaningless if you don't have the skills to make it work. The value isn't in the plane itself, it's in the pilot.
I mean, think about it. An expensive device you can't properly use isn't an asset, it's a liability. It just becomes a very expensive paperweight, a source of frustration, and a constant reminder of a bad investment.
Okay, so if the sticker price isn't the whole story, what are you really spending? Well, the source breaks it down into three key resources, three kinds of currency, really, that you're always trading, no matter what you're buying.
You're always paying with at least one of these three. There's just no way around it. The smart move is to understand how they trade off against each other and then make that trade work for you. So, if you've got the money, you can use it to buy back your time and someone else's experience. You can hire an expert to set everything up, or you can buy those premium, super intuitive tools like an iPhone that save you the hassle of learning a complex system or dealing with ads.
But if you're on the other side of that coin, short on cash but you've got time to spare, you can make the opposite trade. You invest your hours into mastering a more affordable, maybe more complex system. You're building up your own expertise to save a buck.
And this, right here, is the ultimate goal, developing real expertise. Because when you have that deep experience, you can use both your time and your money with incredible efficiency. You know exactly what you need and how to use it, so you never waste resources on things you don't.
Okay, so how do you get that experience without making a huge, costly mistake? Well, Chantel Montalo recommends a really practical, almost scientific approach. You don't just leap in, you experiment first.
Instead of making some huge, risky commitment, you just start small. Her example is perfect. Don't buy the expensive 4x4 for that one beach trip you take a year. Rent one first. See if you even like driving it. The same exact logic applies to technology. This whole process turns a blind guess into an informed decision. You push your current phone or your old laptop to its absolute breaking point. You figure out what features you actually use and what's just getting in your way. And only then do you invest, making sure your money is serving your actual needs, not just what some ad told you.
But what if you don't really have the time to build all that experience on your own? Well, this is where finding a true expert becomes absolutely critical, and you really need to know who you're talking to.
Think for a second about the difference between a salesperson and a true expert. A salesperson's goal is to sell you a product. They're focused on the transaction. A real expert's goal, though, is to solve your problem. They don't start by asking, what do you want to buy? They start by asking, what are you trying to achieve?
And that is the key difference. An expert's value isn't just knowing all the answers. It's knowing the right questions to ask to diagnose what's really going on. Chantal Montalo gives a perfect case study for this.
This is such a great real-world example. So the problem is, an older user can't find a button on their computer. The common, lazy assumption is just, oh, they're not good with technology because of their age. But Chantel Montalo asks a simple, diagnostic question. What brand is it? By knowing it's a Packard Bell versus an Acer, she can instantly visualize the keyboard layout and guide them effectively. The problem was never about age. It was about inconsistent design.
See, this is how a genuine guide operates. They first take the time to understand your unique situation, your skills, your goals, your context, and only then do they recommend a solution. They don't just try to sell you a plane, they ask you where you want to go.
So, let's circle all the way back to our original dilemma, but this time, let's approach it with this new, much more powerful way of thinking.
We've learned that this question is a trap. It focuses on the tool, not on the user, and that's what leads to expensive mistakes, buyer's remorse, and really powerful technology just sitting in a drawer, totally unused.
The right question to ask yourself is this: given my own resources of time, money, and experience, what is the wisest investment for me right now? Now that is an empowering question. It puts you back in the pilot's seat. It forces you to be honest about your three currencies so you can make a choice that truly serves you. Because at the end of the day, the best tool isn't the most expensive one. It's the one you actually know how to fly.